Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Blog Talk Radio.
Yeah. 2017 Metal Hammer of Doom. We need money. Yeah. Talk about money, money, money. We do need money. Please give to our chat. No. This is the Metal Hammer of This is the Metal Hammer of Doom. I am your host, the mandated reporter, and frankly, I'm mortified, Mr. Mark Radulich. I'm praying to God, whatever God is listening, and at this point, I'm open to suggestions that I don't go robot voice for the entire 2 hours of this goddamn show. If you've been listening to us for a while, you know that sometimes happens. I thought we cleared most of those problems up, but, you know, strange things are afoot at the Circle K at times. So, you know, I got two men with me tonight that are going to be joining us on our second ever Clutch Retrospective. This is the Clutch Retrospective Part 2. Deep cuts, B-sides, and covers, baby. Oh, hashtag covers. Love them. Myself, Jesse Starcher, and Robert Cooper put together a playlist. We compiled a list of songs, and then we all selected about 4 songs apiece. Put them on this list for you tonight of the non-popular, popular in quotes, Clutch material. Like I said, a lot of the deeper cuts on the albums proper, a lot of B-sides to singles, and a cover or two. That first song you heard that brought us in tonight, the Radulich Broadcasting outro proper, is actually a cover that Clutch does. So we need money. We talk about money, money, money. We're going to outro actually with another cover that they did from, I believe, Robot Hive Exodus, but that comes later. So without further ado, let me go ahead and bring on my co-hosts. First and foremost, the Metal Coop himself, Robert Cooper. How you doing, sir?
Well, if I didn't catch you, Radulich Broadcasting flu, or, well, it wasn't the flu, but it was a bad enough cold. Be a little better.
The Radulich and Broadcasting Plague.
Yes, that's what we'll call it. It was, well, it's funny because it snowed 8 inches here, which, for North Carolina is like a fucking blizzard. So I didn't have to go to work.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, well, it's because I couldn't make it to work. I was like, oh, my little Saturday L 200 won't get through this because it's like it's really low to the ground. So I'm like, yeah, I can't snowplow through that. So that was nice. I got to sit at the house and sleep and take cold meds. But it's funny. It went from my, as I was saying before the show, it went from my throat to my chest, and now it's up in my ear, and I can't hear out of my left ear, which is unfortunate because I like listening to music, which I'm certainly compiling like albums to listen to. Because I was almost serious. Like, I'm done with school. I should probably start writing again.
Well, let me say this. Number one, I took the opportunity. My daughter had her yearly checkup at the doctor's office today, and I took that opportunity to make the pediatrician listen to my chest to make sure that I no longer had fluid in my lungs. So I'm good to go. It's like, hey, listen, while we're here and not paying for this because, it's covered, why don't you go ahead and give me a checkup? Time for my checkup. And she's like, but I'm the pediatrician. And I said, but it's time for my checkup. And I'm good. I know I have pneumonia. So that brings you.
That entire story was done in Cylon. It was great.
Oh, was it? Awesome.
Oh, it was.
I heard you singing. I heard you singing "Time for My Checkup," so that worked.
Oh, good.
I heard the entire thing, but like right as you finished singing "Time for My Checkup," you went back to normal. So I was like, hey.
Great. All right. I may or may not have to change the way I'm involved in this show tonight if this keeps up. You guys keep me posted. All right. So that voice you heard laughing is, of course, our third chair. He got to work because he's got Jesus on the dashboard.
Damn straight. Yeah.
Whenever it feels right. Jesse Starcher on the dashboard. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, damn. Man, I remember when you guys did the first retrospective and how excited I was to be listening to a couple guys who broke down Clutch and their discography. And tonight I get to be a part of a second installment of that podcast duology right now. And I'm excited about it, man. A lot of these songs that we are going to be discussing tonight have been on my playlist for years. So it's going to be fun to talk about. It's hard for me to think that somebody hasn't heard these. Of course, we know that Clutch is not, you don't see too many people bringing Clutch up, at your water cooler or anything like that. But again, the people that do may not have heard of some of these or rarely talk about them. So, man, and Mark, if you could just do me a quick favor and stay away from the robot hive yourself, or you're going to have to start singing 1000111001 in your robot voice.
You know what's hilarious to me about this is that at some point people are going to be like, seriously, stop with the fucking inside Clutch references. We hate it. Not. We're going to, like, no one interacts with us during these shows, but I feel like tonight's going to be the night. People are just going to start calling in and be like, enough already. We get it. You like Clutch, you assholes.
Oh, man. That's right. We love them.
I will try to.
On the joke.
I will try to stay away from the robot hive exodus and not sound like a machine. I don't know what to tell you, man. But
we got your back.
All right. Like I said, if I have to dump the way I'm in here now and come in a different way, then that's what I'll do. Hopefully this won't turn into the Metallica podcast where I just waved the white flag and was like, that's it, I'm done with this shit. All right. We got a lot of... Before we get into this, let us be clear. Jesse and I are both very much huge Clutch fans. I don't know about Jesse specifically, but I know in particular Clutch is my favorite band of all time. Easily, I think they are one of the best bands in the history of music, which is a weird thing to say because, you know, you're talking about Elvis and David Bowie and Prince and the Beatles and, you know, Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath. And I'm like, yeah, Clutch is better than all of them. You know, I just said that's it. It's Clutch setting the high water mark and everything is beneath it. It's a radical opinion. But no, they really are my favorite band of all time. They're a band that I've been following since high school. When I discovered them with their very first album, as a matter of fact, they've been around forever. Their musical style has changed over time, and I think I appreciate them.
Sweet cry.
Yes.
It's back, Mark.
God.
I'm gonna hang up.
Your dick in a fan.
Good, Jesse. Why don't you give 5 minutes or so on your opinion of Clutch, and I'm gonna dial back in.
Sure. I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
give it.
Like every listener.
I don't know if anybody can hear me or. Oh, there you go.
There
All
you
right.
go.
All right. Clutch. I can't really do much other than echo what Mark had said about them being my favorite band as well. And I know I got to join you, Coop, and Mark on the most recent album that he did, Psychic Warfare. And I probably gushed over how I, came into knowing about these guys late in college. Now, prior to the revelation of Clutch in my life, I was the guy that was riding around in the Chevette with two 10-inch speakers bumping in the back. We got your Tupac blaring, or maybe some Biggie Smalls. Just real goofy. I had no business. I say I had no business. I enjoyed what I enjoyed. Totally different from what I had awaiting for me in 1996, 97, when I was introduced to Clutch and their self-titled album, Clutch Clutch, which was I didn't realize that people were out there making good music like this and referencing stuff that I was absolutely in love with, such as Area 51. And I didn't even know the term stoner rock at the time. I didn't realize I would enjoy that, a good portion of that genre. So that was kind of in college is when my buddy Ty brought over the CDs. Like, you got to listen to this. I know you enjoy X-Files, and I know you enjoy this. I know you enjoy that. Maybe you'd like these guys. And I absolutely fell in love with them. Clutch was the first concert I ever went to. And I think I went to go see them in Columbus. And again, was floored. And I've been listening to them ever since. They've eclipsed just about every band that I know of. When it comes to comparing bands, these guys always end out on top. So,
all right,
Mark, are you back?
I'm back. Hopefully, I don't sound like Master Control from Tron anymore. Just keep me posted on that. How am I doing so far?
You sound great.
Woo! All right.
Well, at least the sound quality.
We're gonna go ahead and play our first track here before I go back into the Matrix. Now, this first one, I believe, was one of my picks. It originally appeared on an EP called Pitchfork in 1991, I believe. It's a very old track. If you're like, Clutch is that stoner rock band. This was like pre-stoner rock Clutch. This was when they were still pretty hardcore. It's definitely an example of where Clutch started from. So don't get freaked out because it gets bluesier as we go on here. But this is old school Clutch. Clutch with an Edge. This is Juggernaut. Coop, what'd you think of that one?
That was pretty fucking awesome. I really liked the guitars. Had a lot of distortion in them. A little bit slower than I expected, actually. A lot of their music's kind of more up-tempo. This was a more methodical sort of, I want to say hammer-like beat to it, but I really liked it. That was fucking cool.
Yeah, it's one of the old school, harder edge, pre-stoner rock Clutch. It's one of my favorites. Jesse, that one take you back?
Oh, yeah. Out in 1991 is when that EP was released. Again, I wasn't listening at that point, but I can remember when I had when they came out with all that White Album, Jam Room. When they came out with Jam Room, that was one of the first CDs that I ever bought online and had shipped to my house. That was a big deal for me back in the early 2000s to actually have a credit card and be able to buy a CD off of what I think was then their own record label, and I can't remember what it is. I want to say River Road or something like that. But anyway, one of the other CDs that was on there was Pitchfork, and which you couldn't. I don't think I could find anywhere. It was very hard to. You wouldn't find this sitting at Walmart, as far as I knew. So I sprung for that as well. So I got both Jam Room and this CD at the same time at my old apartment, like a couple years after me and my wife got married. But I can remember popping this in and listening to it. Now this is previous to actually figuring out myself how to find songs on the internet and get them in ways, have somebody help you out and find some rare songs and whatnot. And I remember popping the CD in and going, whoa, man, these guys were heavy as shit. It's just interesting to see where they started from and what they wanted to be. To clearly, what are we talking, man? We're talking close to 26 years later now, and where they're at now. They were so heavy in the beginning. I mean, you could tell where they wanted to go, and it's neat to watch how they evolved over the years. So yeah, it takes me back, man. It takes me back to actually listen to that. See, that whole CD's good, by the way. I think every single one of those songs is heavy as shit. Wicker, Arcadia, Far Country, good shit.
Now, you'll be able to find that track along with a host of others, some of which we're going to be playing tonight a little bit later on Pitchforks and Lost Needles, which is basically a collection of stuff from the earlier EPs, B-sides, etc. And there's a couple of albums out there like that for Clutch, one of which is called B-sides and rarities, which is a collection, another collection of things that never made it to an album proper, not even a B-sides collection. This is just sort of like a random list that got thrown together. And I believe our next track here comes from that. So I'm going to pitch it back to Jesse here. Jesse, tell us about Hot Off the Grill.
Oh, okay. Fast forward a couple years after getting my very own CD from Clutch, and the internet and dial-up internet is actually a thing, and I get my first computer at my house. Lo and behold, there is such a thing out there as torrents, and I learned how to download music that other people had and was sharing. And if you found yourself on whatever website it was, LimeWire, some kind of, whatever pirate website was out there.
Crashwire, fucking VirusWire.
Virus City.
They couldn't get you too easily when you had dial-up. It was when cable modems became a thing. That was when it really started amping up in my household. But anyway, you just type in Clutch and you can find all this stuff, and all of a sudden I'm seeing songs that I've never heard of before. Now, in 2001, 2002, I considered myself a pretty schooled Clutch fan at that point in time. I knew most of everything that's happened in their discography and in their career. But then all of a sudden I'm seeing these weird songs that I've never seen before. Now you had to watch out, because every once in a while some shithead would title it something by such and such band. You download it, it ends up being their song that they tricked you into getting. Okay, that happened quite a bit. But this is not. Now, Hot Off the Grill is, I believe what we're going to be listening to is actually a live song. And it's catchy as shit. And it's one of those ones that I have a whole folder dedicated to B-sides and rarities that is top of that list for me. So after you, sir, whenever you want to play it.
All right, here we go. This is Hot Off the Grill. Love it. There's a constant theme with a lot of their riffs that just get you right in the soul. I have an appreciation. I know some people struggle with this, but I really do have an appreciation for where rock and roll came from. I'm not going to get into a whole thing about it, but it does in many, many ways. It's derived from the blues. And that's one of the things I love about Clutch, is that it takes you back full circle to the beginnings of rock and roll in a lot of ways. But like a good chef, it elevates it. It presents it in a different way. So there's so much, the whole concept of stoner rock is that those blues elements are very prevalent in the music, but it's embedded in what we now know as traditional metal, traditional rock and roll. And I think for me, and Hot Off the Grill is a really good example of it, is that you still get that down-home, dirty blues feeling without losing the sense of modern rock and roll. You know what I'm saying, Coop? You picking up what I'm putting down?
Oh, dude, I am picking it up like you in a mosh pit at a hardcore show picking up change.
Oh, gracious.
I felt like it took a little long for me to get there, but I felt like it was a really nice way to take a journey.
Good recovery, babe. Good recovery, babe.
Thank you. I'm very skilled at recoveries, even if they're usually awful and I stutter, and then I'm like, please don't let your boyfriend beat me up.
Sorry,
yeah,
why? Sorry, go ahead.
It was bluesy. It was really bluesy. Bluesy as all hell. That's something I really like, and even my metal, which not all of Clutch's metal I've noticed, but that doesn't really matter. And even in my metal, I really like some blues in there. Some blues, maybe a little Blue-Eyed Soul. That's some fucking good shit. What I really feel like blues does is it's got a groove that really kind of, I don't know, I feel like it just meets with the wavelengths of the human soul, you know? Like it. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of rolls its way in there. It's got a nice vibe to it. I just love it. Love that shit.
Yep.
That's why Joe Bonamassa is always going to be one of my favorite artists, because even though half of his shit's covers, the dude's a phenomenal blues guitarist.
One of the things that comes up with Clutch is how over time they've become masters of their instruments, and they've become very experimental without becoming too out there. And I think some people would disagree with that. They're like, I don't know, man, Robot Hive Exodus with the fucking gospel and all that.
No.
But I think if you're open to it, if you're open to it, I don't think they've ever gone too far out there to the point where it was, what do we call it, Jesse? What's the word we're looking for?
Absolute shite, crap, feces.
At least once a show, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's move this along here. Now you uploaded the playlist. Is it basically Mark, Jesse, Coop? Is that how this goes?
Oh, I mixed it all up. I tried to make it. Yeah, I tried to make it so that there weren't two people back to back. That was my goal.
But it's all sort of random order without.
Yeah, no chronological order, no nothing like that. It's just here we go, and we'll each get a chance to speak about our song shortly afterwards.
All right.
So it's like a long bender that you go on at New Year's Eve. Like, you expected everything to be in order, but then you get there and you're like, oh, fuck, this is a mess. All right, we'll make it work.
That's right, damn it.
All right. Well, this next one is also a compilation album. Originally came out in 2003 and was reissued with, I think, more tracks in 2009. A lot of my favorite songs actually come from this particular collection of B-sides and whatnot. The album itself is called Slow Hole to China, Rare and Unreleased. And this next one is a fun song. It's about Willie Nelson. It's called Willie Nelson. And I'd like to take this opportunity to let everybody know that Willie Nelson smokes the finest weed.
doctors and keep ringing my phone. Well, I don't know if I'm coming or going, if it's them or me. Oh, but one thing for certain, Willie Nelson only smokes killer weed. Now they're breaking my windows, banging on my door. Got me down and hogtied, rattling through my drawers. My demon tells me, oh, how he would like to kill me. Save your bullets, tough guy. My disease does that for free. Well, I don't know if I'm coming or going, if it's them or me. Oh, but one thing's for certain, Willie Nelson only smokes killer weed.
I stand corrected. It's killer weed, not finest weed. Whatevs. All right. So that was Coop's pick. Coop, give it to me. Do you know what's up with Willie Nelson smoking killer weed?
Well, I mean, first of all, fucking Willie Nelson does smoke the finest weed.
It's not just killer weed, it's the finest weed. All right.
Oh, I mean, well, not only is it killer, I mean, it's probably the best stuff you can find between him and Snoop D double Jizzle.
Very good, Coop. So, all
thanks.
right, let me quick tell. yuck. Try the quiche; it's delicious. Let me first just tell you how we got to this point right here. We talked about doing the show last year, and every year we start off our first show is usually a retrospective because the January releases are shite. So, we tossed around a couple of different ideas, and I said, okay, let's go back and do another clutch retrospective. Let's play some stuff that we didn't get to on the first retrospective and go real deep with it. And now by this point, Jesse had become a permanent member of the cast here, which meant that if we were going to divide up the songs evenly, we had to reduce the amount that each person had to contribute. There's only so many songs we can do and so many hours in a day that we can do this. So we agreed that 12 songs is about right. It's about the average length of an album, plus intros and outros. More than that, we start running into not being able to talk about things or not being able to play the music very long. So with 12 being the total, we each had to pick 4 songs. And since Coop wasn't the clutch expert, and it was really me and Jesse sort of guiding the ship here, I picked 4, and Jesse picked 4 that were non-negotiables. It's much like the Christmas playlist. Like, this is what we're doing. Fuck it.
Here's 12. You guys have 2.
So I picked 4, and Jesse picked 4, which left Coop with 4 picks. And like I said, those 4 were non-negotiable. There was no argument. It was like, I don't care if you don't like them or not. This is what we're listening to. And then Jesse and I put together a combined playlist for Coop to pick. This method of doing things has actually worked well for me in the past. I had a band in high school, and we initially picked a set list to do at a rock show, and we all got into and it led to a lot of animosity and fights and whatever, because people felt like other people were taking control of the band and other people's feelings got hurt and blah, blah, blah. So we literally all nominated 4 or 5 songs and let everybody else vote on what of those songs we were going to perform. So you see, this keeps coming back. This is just the best way to do things.
Democracy.
Here. Exactly. It's just here's what I like. You pick from what I like. And that's what you did.
I think from now on we need to go electoral college style. That'll work.
Sure.
Let's say I get 5 votes and Jesse gets 4.5 and Mark gets 6. So we'll make it work like that. Yeah, totally.
I am the Texas of this podcast for certain in a lot of ways.
Well, you can be Texas. I'll be Maine because I can at least split mine.
Okay. All right, 50 words or less, Coop. Willie Nelson, why? Of all the songs that you were given to pick from, why'd you pick this one?
Because as I was listening, some of these songs as I was listening to them, like I liked them, but they didn't really stick with me. Fucking Willie Nelson, it stuck around like herpes, man. Like I was just kind of jamming around to it in my head, and then as I listened to it, I'm like, I think they're trying to say something. If I'm not mistaken, this the entire thing of this song is the fucking SWAT team showing up, breaking down doors, throwing the dude onto the floor, cuffing him, and taking all his weed. That's what it sounds like to me. I guess what they're saying is he's saying he has shitty weed. That's what I'm guessing. Because they would never do that to Willie Nelson. Like it's funny. You got guys like Willie Nelson that everybody knows he's got weed, but nobody cares. Like,
yeah, well, he's a celebrity.
I mean,
who wants to arrest Willie Nelson when they can arrest like 20 guys down the block? I mean, come on now.
Well, and the funny thing is, I think he's actually got popped for weed before, and I thought that was so funny. It's like, oh, Willie Nelson had weed.
Yeah, surprise.
Hey, now.
That's like saying Alabama sells a lot of white sheets. Not the band.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Not the band.
The band, Alabama. They're just been everybody's just like, how could you? They're like, I don't know, man. It just kind of happened.
The fucking fiddler in Alabama actually works at Bed Bath & Beyond. All right, listen. Jesse, give me 50 words or less. Willie Nelson, go.
Oh, Willie Nelson. Let me tell you, another one of these. This actual album, Slow Hold of China, came out in 2003. A good bit of the songs off of this album I had found in some way, shape, or form, just like I did with Hot Off the Grill at the same time. These things were floating around the internet for close to 2 years before actually being, I don't know if Clutch was like, okay, screw it, we need to release something. But I can tell you that before this was released on this album, the version that I had of Willie Nelson was a live version, which I think I still have. So I knew the song, and it really excited me to actually get to hear it produced and, not some 3,000 or 4,000 people sitting there talking at the same time during the song. Oh man, I agree. This is probably one of my favorite. This is probably one of my favorite off of Slow Hold of China. I'd say next would be. Well, I don't know, man. I think this may be the favorite.
Your favorite song is Guild of Mute Assassins, or we're ending the podcast.
Come on, I don't know about that one. And I remember when that one.
Assassins is dope. Okay, and I'm sad we're not going to get to it tonight.
You put that on the list, and Coop did not pick it, correct? Or was that one of the ones you just left off completely? Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm glad you picked Willie Nelson then.
Oh, fuck that.
Well, you know what's funny? On a side note, out of the things you picked, that cover of Money really disappointed me.
The Pink Floyd one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I was listening to it, I'm like, where's that fat fucking bass line? You cannot have Money without that fat fucking bass line. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I actually, I want to go to the next song, but just 10 words on their cover of Money. It's fine. It could have been better. Not surprised you didn't pick it.
Because I was excited. I'm like, dude, of course I'm picking this song. And then I was like, I mean, it's a different take on it. I'll give it that. It's always cool when you find like over Christmas I was playing the Fear of the Dark cover by Grave Worm. That's a really cool cover. Different take on a classic
amazing
song.
Cover. That's amazing. If we need to put it on the cover show that I've already got marked on the calendar. By the way, I have every Tuesday booked with a show till August.
Oh Christ! Yeah, remember Fear the Dark was on. Fear the Dark was on our first show.
Was it? Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say if we haven't gotten to it, really ought to. All right, man.
God, so you're every Tuesday. So that means
that's a whole other story there.
Have to wait.
All right, we got another one here from the B-Sides and Rarities from fucking Virus Wire over here. So, Mr. Malware, Malware, why don't you tell us about Big News 3?
Oh, Big News 3. How do you not want a third song to round out a trilogy for Big News? Big News 1 and Big News 2 were probably two of my favorites off of the self-titled. So when I saw Big News 3, I was like, oh, we got to get it. Now, the thing is that this song has nothing.
And we've lost Jesse again. So
it's got nothing. It's got so little that it dropped Jesse when he started talking about it.
Yes, the infamous once a podcast that Skype fucking drops Jesse. All right, we're going to go ahead and play Big News 3, which I believe he was trying to tell us has nothing to do with the first Big News 1 and Big News 2. This is sort of one of those third parts of a trilogy that just goes right to home video. So here we go. Big News 3.
Off the shore of Labrador, the crew labored to build to hold the stern and floundered in the shoal. The bow bucked up like a frog. The crew was strong till Captain called. Throw the thermostat or throw the thermostat overboard, overboard. The captain walked with Sandy as him out on the altar cried his eye. He heard a feeble voice reply. Jason Kemp of Woodville town, I fear the men have all been drowned, and we two are the only to survive, to survive. Leslie was a pretty girl, golden-haired as a pearl, and she made a pretty bride for the ancient captain's lie. Her true love was Jason Kip, ordered on the captain's ship.
All right, Big News starts. You want to finish your point?
I don't even know where it cut me off at. That's what
It has
pisses
nothing-
me off.
Big News 3 has nothing to do with Big News 1 and 2. Go.
Okay. All right. Yes. But the story in Big News 3 is much more compelling, in my opinion. The only corollary or the only constant is we got another ship story, pretty much. But I love the fact that it's a story about this guy who fell in love with the captain's wife. They go out on a whatever, not a cruise, but they go out on, in their ship, and they crash, and the captain kills the guy by eating him. And then he comes home, and he eats him clean and whole, my friends, clean and whole, and then comes home to his wife, who's obviously upset about the fact that, the guy she was having an affair is gone. But as he's laying in bed one night, the guy that, I can't remember, Jason Gipp, I think is his name, cuts his way out of the dude's belly and then jumps out and says, "Hey, I'm here." Right there in the middle of everything. Fun story to listen to, and this is another one of those I would love for them to produce and show. Now, when I made my pickings here tonight of the songs, Big News 3 had to be on there because everybody knows Big News 1 and 2. I mean, those are, if you're a Clutch fan, usually those two are pretty prevalent probably at the top of your ranks when it comes to choosing some songs. So if nobody knows out there, there's a Big News 3. There's a Big News 3. And if I remember right, a couple years back, I was like, "Hey, Mark, check this out." And you were like, "Where did you find, what is this Big News 3? And luckily YouTube came through, and by golly, it's out there on the internet.
It's all out there on the internet now. All right. So
That's
we're
right.
back to one of my picks. And, Clutch is known for their love of science fiction. Science fiction. Woo, double feature. Anywho.
I don't know that song.
Really? You don't know anything about the Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Never
boy. Thank you, Coop. Me either.
Oh,
You're outnumbered, Mark Radulich.
We're going to start the Broadway Hammer of Doom in a little bit. Anywho,
Please, side note, I'm dragging a group of 3 girls to go see La La Land with me because my best friend won't.
Nice. What? Okay, hang. I'm gonna come back to this, but
3
let
chicks.
me get my. Yeah, we need to go. All right, folks. A feature on this show: Love Lines with Robert Cooper.
Oh no! Oh boy, this one's gonna be complicated.
Oh no! But I don't have time for this right this second. I got to explain what the song is. So, as I was saying, Clutch, big fan of science fiction. A lot of Neil Fallon's lyrical stylings are derived from his interest in science fiction. A lot of ideas from authors are derived and translated into music. This last album, Psychic Warfare, definitely was inspired by a lot of sci-fi and paranoia, that sort of thing. So no Clutch retrospective would be complete without an ode to something along those lines. In this case, Star Wars. And the song actually comes from the Robot Hive Exodus sessions in 2005. We're going to hear a little ditty, one of my favorites from Clutch, one of the deep cuts. This is What Would a Wookiee Do? So whenever I refer to Clutch and I call them Wicked Clutch, that's the reason. Love that song. And that is all bass that gets you in the pants.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yes,
my
it
God.
is.
I have no other way to explain it, whether you're a male or female, boy or girl, whatever your gender, even if you changed it in the against God's wishes, that bass line gets you in the pants. That's a technical term, folks. Gets you in the pants. I love that bass line. I'm in my living room just twerking. That's what's going on right now. Okay? Clutch is not stoner rock. It's fucking twerk metal. That's what it is. Just everyone get up and shake their ass.
No, because you know what? You're going to call something twerk metal, and somebody's going to be listening to this and be like, yes, I must make that genre.
Noted. Duly noted, sir.
Duly
There's a guy out there just fucking stealing that bass line going, run with this. Some asshole on a podcast called it twerk metal, and it's going to make us $1 million.
Some millionaire is going to be like, Jeeves. She's like, yes. It's like, we must make the twerk metal now.
But, I mean, no, it does make you shake your ass. You got to give me that much.
Oh,
I mean, there are
absolutely,
plenty of things
dude.
that make me shake my ass. Ants.
All right. Jesse knows what I'm talking about, though. So, yeah, that's from the Robot Hive Exodus Sessions, another album very much inspired by science fiction and religion. But it's such a fun song. It's such a groovy song. That bass line is the star of it. it's one I've wanted to play for a while now on one of these shows, and I'm glad I got a chance to finally do it tonight. So thank you, gentlemen, for indulging me. All right, listen, but real quick, just as an aside, I wanted to mention this before when I was talking about Clutch and their love of science fiction. They opened up for Marilyn Manson on a tour way back in the day during the self-titled years.
Oh, wow.
And my friends were convinced that they were paid by Marilyn Manson to not be good because apparently the show not so good. But one of the things that they thought was great about it was Clutch performed amidst a bunch of cardboard cutouts of Star Wars characters. So rounding it back to what would a Wookiee do. All right, real quick, before we get to one of Coop's picks, a cover, specifically a Jethro Tull cover. Jethro Tull,
metal
a bit of
band around, motherfuckers.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, does anyone know what Jethro Tull's big claim to fame is? Jesse, do you know?
Cowbell?
Nope.
What?
Tell him, Coop.
What? No. They won the if I'm not mistaken, 1989. Was it 89? I think it was 89, maybe 90.
It was whatever. It was for. I want to say it was either for Master of Puppets or for And Justice for All.
It was for And Justice for All. They won. They took the original. They took the first ever Best Heavy Metal Song Grammy from Metallica, and they didn't even show up because they were like, why the fuck were you even nominated? So now Metallica has gotten almost every single win they've been nominated for, whether they deserve it or not.
Yes, the apology tour. All right, real quick.
The Grammys are a load of shit, let's be honest.
Yeah, well, so are the Golden Globes. Hi, Meryl Streep. Anywho, enough about that again.
Yeah. I like Meryl Streep's movies. She's a wonderful actress, and she has wonderful. I mean, there are many wonderful messages in her films, but she needs to shut her fucking mouth.
That's right. Shut up and dance. Speaking of shut up and dance, why are you taking 3 women to La La Land? What's going on now? What's happening here?
Well, I'm glad that's a movie title.
Yeah. That really sounds like it's implying something. You need some more of that drink?
La La Land, baby.
These opinions are not shared by the Radulich Broadcasting Network. Go on.
So I was talking to Nick, the guy I need to bring on this podcast sometime.
Oh, God. Promises.
And I mentioned it to him. He's like, if y'all do a Black Sabbath retrospective, I'm like, hey, asshole, why don't you just show up for a review? Well, what are y'all going to review, creator? Maybe. So I was like, yeah, Nick. Well, I was going to drag him to Manchester by the Sea, which neither of us have seen, because he's a huge movie buff. I'm kind of getting there myself, and we're both snobs. I don't know if you've noticed from my music choices sometimes, but I like things that are obvious. So he's like, yeah, we should go do that sometime. I'm like, what about La La Land? He goes, well, it's a nice tribute to the 40s, one of the 40s musicals, but no, thank you. I think it was 40s. I forget who made them. It wasn't Rankin and Bass, but it was somebody.
Oh, my God, move on with the story.
Oh, hush, you know me. I tell very deconstructed stories. Or I'm sorry, decompress is what I mean. But so, anywho, I was like, damn, I don't want to go to this movie by myself. I'm going to look really, really lonely and really gay, which, I mean, to be fair, sometimes. Sometimes, but so I was like, all right. So I was talking to a friend of mine, who's the ex-girlfriend of a friend of mine, who, I think has a thing for me, but it's weird. Anywho, so, I was asking her, I'm like, hey, I need somebody to go to this movie. Would you like to go? She's like, sure. I'm like, would you like to go or go with the group? She's like, it doesn't matter. So we invited 2 of our mutual friends. One is a girl I think I've talked about before who absolutely head over heels for her. That ended up going back to her ex-boyfriend.
Like they do.
Yeah, and that was frustrating because apparently I had a chance, but actually I had a very good chance, but she still kind of was in love with him. So what are you going to do, right? And then what are you going to do? And then our third friend, who I actually have absolutely no attraction to, surprisingly.
So this is the future Mrs. Cooper. Got it. Go on.
Oh no. Not at all. Not at all. She's okay people. She's just very aggressive.
I know there are two things in this world that I can count on. That my wife will be teaching third grade at Childs Elementary School this school year, the 2017-2018 school year, and whoever this chick is, that's going to be the future Mrs. Cooper. Go on.
No, not quite.
Yep.
I mean, the other two.
I have
totally
spoken.
For, but okay, Papa Radulich. Thanks, Dad. But yeah, it's almost just like kind of funny because it's like one girl totally have a thing for it, but no chance in the moment. The other one, like I said, it's just kind of weird because her and one of my best buddies kind of broke up and we matched on Tinder of all places. Gotta love Tinder. Then I was
Indeed.
like, huh. I was like, huh.
Jesse,
So
you've been married for like a million years. What do you mean, indeed?
Just throwing shit in there, making sure everybody thinks I'm listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening. Thanks.
I'm still here. I know what a Tinder is.
What are you, my parents? When I'm talking and they'll both look at me and go, what were you saying? I'm like, fuck you guys. Well, because they're like, he talks so damn much, we kind of tune you out after a while. I'm like, well,
final lap on this story because we got to get to the next song.
Yeah, final lap. So, yeah, it was just kind of, so she now has a boyfriend, an ex-girlfriend of one of my buddies, but it's weird because I think I still got a chance. I don't know. But we'll catch up more on this as it goes along, but I'll let y'all know how the movie is next week. I think it's going to be absolutely wonderful. I think Emma Stone's, like, a wonderful actress, and, like, not going to lie, like, one person on the earth, if I could be like, yeah, I'd probably marry that, man, probably Emma Stone.
Yeah, Emma Stone's bangable. She's pretty cute. All right, listen, we got to get to the single greatest heavy metal band of all time, Jethro Tull. This is a cover of said heavy metal band. This is one of Coop's picks, one of our covers that we're playing tonight, as we said in the title, Deep Cuts, B-Sides, and Covers. This was originally from, excuse me, Sucking the 70s is a compilation of stoner rock, or as I like to call them, twerk metal bands. Gonna hashtag twerk metal.
I wince at it. I wince.
I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna make it a thing. All right, this here is Clutch's cover of Cross-Eyed Mary.
From a laughing baby's mouth, if he could take it from the money man. Cross-eyed Mary goes jumping in again. She signs no contract, but she always plays the game. She dines in Hempstead Village on expense accounting rules, and the jackknife farmer drops her off at school. Playground, get some kicks from little boys. Would rather make it with a lynching grave. Oh, baby, her attention is drawn by Aqualung, who watches through the railings as they play. Cross-eyed Mary finds it hard to get along. She's a poor man's rich girl, and she'll do it for a song. She's a rich man's dealer, but her fame is good and strong. She's a Robin Hood of high game, and the poor man get along.
So, for those of you not in the know, one of the ways that labels will promote bands is by putting them on various compilations. Sometimes just to garner attention, grab some new fans or whatever, they'll put out covers compilations and grab a whole bunch of bands on the label and say, okay, this is how, people may not know any of your original material, but God damn it, they know what Enter Sandman sounds like. So do that. Do a cover of fucking Enter Sandman. That way people will notice you. And I'll tell you what, it's worked wonders for me. I have discovered a lot of bands by listening to tributes and compilations where people did a cover instead of an original song. And while I obviously knew who Clutch was, the Sucking the 70s compilation featured a lot of bands I'd never heard of and became big fans of. Five Horse Johnson, for example. Halfway to Gone. For a long time, I was obsessed with that band. Let's see.
Fireball Ministry.
Another good one. Roadsaw. Absolute. First of all, their cover of Vehicle is probably one of my top 20 songs of all time. Cover or no cover, it's fucking amazing. Also, Backdraft's cover of Child of Babylon, originally by Whitesnake. Oh, you like Whitesnake? Ugh. But no, this is incredible.
Some Alabama Thunder Pussy on there.
Oh, you stole my Alabama Thunder Pussy. You stole my thunder is what you did. I was getting there. I was building up to it. I know you're a huge fan of Spirit Caravan, right? Or am I thinking of a different band?
No, you're thinking of Spiritual Beggars.
Spiritual Beggars, right?
I love
right.
Spiritual Beggars.
Yeah,
yes.
They're a great band.
Spirit Caravan's good too. Lowrider is a good band. But yes, one of the bands that was on the Sucking the 70s double album, which I became obsessed with, was Alabama Thunder Pussy. Yes. Say it with me. Alabama Thunder Pussy. Write it in the sky and gossamer tears. Thank you. Thank you for that, Patton Oswalt. Anyway, so I just wanted to share that with people. If you're interested, if you're enjoying the twerk metal, and I know you are, and you want to know about some more bands that perform that kind of music, check out the album that Cross-Eyed Mary came from, Sucking the 70s Volume 1. And there was a sequel to this in 2006 called Sucking the 70s Back in the Saddle, which had also another Clutch cover on it. So just going to throw that out there for the peeps. All right. Moving right along, Footloose and Fancy Free. We got another one of my picks here. And this is one of those. Now, I have walkout music. It just changes over time. Changes from week to week, really, moment to moment. But I, ever since the invention of the iPod, the idea of having theme music as you're walking down the street, I'm going to get you sucker. Which if you haven't seen the movie, you're not going to get the joke. So go watch the movie and come back. I'm going to get you sucker. But everybody should have theme music. And now with cell phones, iPhones, the apps and all that, you can have that. But back in the day, it was a little hard. You actually had to get a band to follow you around. When the iPod came out, just the whole idea of just being able to walk around your day-to-day and have your music with you the whole time was a pretty cool thing to have. And so, my friend and I used to talk about the concept of we should all have our own walkout music. Walkout meaning, walk out to a fight, walk out to a wrestling match, that sort of thing. One of the walkout songs that I picked is this next song, which originally appeared on a compilation called Viva La Bands, Volume 2. Viva La Bands was put out by Bam Margera.
Yeah.
I can't control how people came to know it, but the song itself, and as I listened to it, and all I can think is just want to kick open the office door and have the music blaring out. Problem is I then have to explain all of this, and I have to explain it. It ain't worth it. Anyway, so just picture walking into a situation with this song bringing you to the aisle. This here is King of Arizona. number 437, To Live by Mark Radulich. The harmonica and organ make everything better. Just whatever is happening in your life, if you need it fixed, get someone to play the harmonica, get somebody on the organ. It'll be just fine. You'll get through it.
But
that
what
song
organ?
is proof. You didn't hear the organ in there?
What? No, I think he's asking about like the skin flute or the.
Oh,
The
goodness
pancreas.
Not that kind of organ, sir. Clearly, we're
Obviously,
talking
the
music
pancreas.
here.
Well, I mean, that's
Jesse
music
knows.
to my ears.
Oh, goodness gracious. All right, Jesse knows what I'm talking about. How fucking good is that harmonica? That is the sound of God right there.
Dude.
Your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. He speaks in the sound of harmonica.
It's wonderful. It is. If you notice, what I tried to do as I put these together, I have tried to make it every song gets better as we go along. And I'll tell you right now, King of Arizona, holy shit. What a great song.
Just shifted into overdrive.
Oh, it's good shit. It's good stuff, man. I mean, I remember it was, the first time I had actually heard this song was actually very late in the shooting, probably like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And if it was that, I can't even remember. But I could tell you that this is clearly light years away from what we heard at the beginning here with Juggernaut. And it is wonderful. They have found that groove that really made me enjoy. What album did this come off of? Was this off of an album, or was this just a single they had put out?
No, it was a single, but it originally appeared on Viva La Band's Volume 2.
Okay, all right.
Which came out in 2007. Now,
Okay.
what came out around 2007 from Clutch? Let's look at the old discography here. 2007 was From Beale Street to Oblivion. And we all know what From Beale Street to Oblivion.
Shit.
Let's get them Herculoids in here. Hello. Just go listen to the Flintstones podcast. You all know what's happening. But that's where we got The Devil in Me. That's where we got Electric Worry. Everyone knows what Electric Worry is.
Everybody knows that song. Dude, that fucking song was played. That fucking song was played during the NFL, like between commercials. That was a bumper. I don't know if you knew that or not, but I was watching an NFL game and Electric Worry was being played and they were showing people, the Dallas Cowboys getting hit. And I was like, holy shit, Clutch just went to the next level where I'm actually hearing it on a network football game. Insane.
For those of you that are like, wait, which one are they talking about? That's the bang, 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 no, bomb my nose. That's what everyone. I mean, I've seen Clutch live a few times since 2007, a lot, and that song comes on, and women start just showing if there had been a pit, the women just fucking riot over everybody, and woo, and panties are flying, bras are coming off, just everyone gets into it. It is for people who have heard it and appreciate it and go see it live. It has struck a nerve, and there's actually a little entry on the Wikipedia page in popular culture. Electric Worry is also used as the goal song for the National Hockey League, the Vancouver Canucks, as well as the goal song for the Calgary Roughnecks of the National Lacrosse League. It was also used in the television advertisement for the video game Left 4 Dead 2.
Yep.
So there you go. And I want to say, no, you know what I'm thinking of from Blast Tyrant, the song that was in The Walking Dead. Another one that helped popularize Clutch.
I think I remember. I think we were on here. I don't know if I mentioned it on the podcast or if I mentioned it to you after hearing you guys do the retrospective, but a lot of stuff from Blast Tyrant ended up being on the Eddie Guerrero tribute DVD from WWE, which, we're talking I'm not just talking about one song. I'm talking about 3 or 4 songs from that album were played on that DVD. Because I remember sitting down here shortly after you guys did the podcast, and watching that tribute and going, holy shit, there's that song, there's that song, there's that song. Yeah, and it's cool how they made their way into pop culture. It's neat to see them go that route, although you kind of don't want to see them get too popular. But hey, I wish these guys all the best. I want them, I want to be able to talk to somebody about Clutch and say, have you heard this song? You don't really run into that too much, other than, the guy that you see walking down the street that has a Clutch shirt on that you've got to say, hey man, nice shirt. That's a rarity.
Yep. All right. This next one I believe was your pick. This is David Rose, which I believe was one of 3 tracks bonus off of the Elephant Riders. Is that right?
Yeah, I don't think you had. Well, we'll talk about it. You go ahead and play it, and then I'll kind of discuss it afterwards.
All right. So this is David Rose.
Hold on, round them catches, for the blood had cried, and as he rode his head did shine, like the sun and red sunlight, in the shining morrows, by Brunswick day and oh, he warmed his boots by the fire pit, and ran on down from Samuel, David Rose to his of LSD.
Yeah. All right, Jesse, give it to me.
Elephant Riders, okay? Imagine getting this CD and you play it all the way to the end. You hit that last track that they have listed on the back, Dragonfly. That's right. And you're sitting there and you're like, oh, okay, why hasn't the CD restarted? Because I put this fucking thing on repeat. What's going on? And you realize that you look up and you see the timer. It's still counting down. And it's still counting down. All of a sudden, you're at like 8 minutes or something like that. And you're like, what is going on? And then all of a sudden, a whole hidden song hits. And you're like, holy shit, there's another song. So, okay, hey, good up on Clutch to put a hidden song on there. I know that was all the rage at one point. But then you find out that there are different versions of this album that have 2 other hidden tracks on them. So whether it be a marketing ploy to get you to go and buy another CD, whatever, clearly at this point in time, what we were talking, 94, I think, when Elephant Riders, no, not 94, it was 96 or 98 maybe, 96, 97, 98 when Elephant Riders was released. Thank you. So 98 it was released. The internet wasn't too huge at that point in time. YouTube was not around, but people were talking about these. Hey, there's another song. There's David Rose. There's 05. I think the version that I had when I bought my album had Gifted and Talented on there. And it wasn't until, of course, I was able to get my hands on a computer and find the other 2 songs and listen to them. This is my favorite of the 3 hidden ones. David Rose. And you were talking about Clutch and Religion earlier. David Rose to beat the Philistines with 5 smooth stones and a sling. This stuck with me throughout. after first hearing it, I got to go back and listen to that again. It's one of those ones that kept kicking it out, and I think it's the reason I picked it was because the whole mystique back in the the late '90s of trying to find these hidden clutch songs, and I got to hear it. How can I hear this song? It was a big thing, a challenge to go and try and find. And you can't go talk to your buddy down the road who has, he may not be into clutch. So trying to find that album was pretty tough. But yeah, hey, David Rose, one of my favorites.
Clutch.
Not bad.
I think he threw it to you, Coop.
What you think of David Rose, buddy?
Oh, I see. The entire time I was really hoping it'd be about Buddy Rose.
I don't know if they've done. Buddy Rose was a wrestler, right?
Yeah, played with Buddy Rose.
That's right. I don't know if Clutch has ever done a wrestling song.
Hey, real quick, did you ever upload that sound that you put together?
The one you manually did a few minutes ago? Not yet, no. Not yet, unfortunately, no.
Gotta get it done, man, because I would have played it just now.
What sound was that? The one about shit?
Oh, no, we did Mark Radulich impersonated the Herculoids on our Flintstone show. And then Ronnie Adams jumped in, okay? And so what I did was I made a supercut of the 5 or 6 fucking sounds that they decided to make. It's going to be an absolute classic.
Oh,
That's the new breaking news. That's the new breaking news sound as soon as he gets it uploaded. All right.
I was hoping it was still the sound, the goofy scream.
It's still on there, I think. The Wilhelm scream.
Jesus!
That one.
I love
Shit,
that.
that's not it.
I uploaded
Maybe.
that, didn't I?
There we go. Here's what you were asking about.
Because I remember that time what was it? Was it when the Scottish were trying to secede from the United Kingdom? You were like, breaking news, and then you went, I can't hit that note right now. Yeah. It's done. Yeah, I remember that was a breaking news for once, but we should keep Jesus as that. There you go. Jesus. That was my text tone for like 6 months.
Nice. All right, let's move this along here. There's another one from Slow Ho to China. I don't remember if this is one that I picked or Coop picked, but it's whoever picked it. I know it's either one that I picked directly and was a non-negotiable, or one that I nominated and Coop picked it. I don't remember which, but it's one of my favorites. It's groovy little. It'll shake you. It's got that groove that'll make your booty move. This is Subtle Hustle.
Back again with the quickness. Pick it up. Master arithmeticness. Light it up. I got the heat in both feet. Snake handler's hands. Come back with slickness. Do it all again. Yeah, my subtle hustle. Smooth and full of butter. I let it right on. My subtle hustle. Smooth and full of butter. I let it right on. Join the media, jolly. Pick it up. An international phenomenon. Light it up. I cause eclipses. With a wave of the hand. Let them hang in ellipsis. And do it all again. Yeah, my subtle hustle. Smooth and full of butter. I let it right on. My subtle hustle. Smooth and full of butter. I let it right on.
Okay, couple of things. One, I stand corrected. I fucked up. Sorry, I fucked up. That was actually from Blast Tyrant, not Slow Hold to China. But I was thinking, actually, the one I was thinking of from Slow Hold to China is Easy Breezy. But either way, Subtle Hustle is yet again one of those songs that I wish we had gotten to the first time around because it's one of my favorites. It's smooth as mud butter. I sing that at work. I'll just be just tooling around, doing my thing, and I'll just like my subtle hustle, smooth as mother, shaking my ass in the jail. I'm in the jail, shaking my ass, smooth as mother's butter, and and then I got to stop myself because there's cameras everywhere. I was like, it's on the radio. Why is he shaking his ass? He ain't smooth as mother's butter. Tell him to stop, and I got to stop because that's how it is. But Coop, that was actually your pick. What? Are you digging it? Was it smooth as mother's butter for you?
It was smooth. What type of butter?
Mother's butter.
Mother's butter? Sorry, I got distracted. I hear that please don't tell me the Chargers are fucking moving to Los Angeles. Boo. Fuck Los Angeles. Fucking West Coast rich motherfuckers.
All right.
I'm not even a Chargers fan, but it really pisses me off that the Los Angeles Rams are doing garbage in terms of fucking attendance, and they're going to steal the team from San Diego. What a bunch of twat waffles. Anywho, good song, really memorable. It's really subtle. It's very subtle in terms of getting into your brain. It's got a subtle hustle to it.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Jesse, what do you think of subtle hustle? Go ahead, Coop, finish.
I was gonna say we should see if Teasley's up. We'll just reunite for the cheap seats to talk about that. Even though
he'd have an opinion.
Did y'all do anything this season?
No.
Yeah.
That's
we did we did a show. We did a show that said, "Hey guys, we're having a great time. Can't wait to come back here. We're ready for week 1." Blah 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 blah. Never came back.
Wait, how did that go again? Did it go like this? Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. Oh, it's a living, huh? Wah, wah. Wah, 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 wah. Yeah, that guy. Yeah. Hang on one.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So, when Mark Radulich, if you go, when you finally pass away, that's the clip that's going to be like the fucking lead into that. The family sits around while you read your will. It's just going to start out with a wah, wah, meow, wah, wah.
Yeah, fuck.
Everybody's going to look around.
I'm gonna have some unfortunate passing at some point. And Jesse's gonna do like a tribute to Mark Radulich. It's gonna fucking start this way, ladies and gentlemen. We're here to pay tribute to the patriarch of the Radulich Broadcasting Network, and he left his final words. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, wah, wah. Oh, it's a living, huh? Wah, wah. Wah, 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 wah. Yeah, that guy. Yeah. Hang on one. Did I lose both of you?
No, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm used.
Jesse, you alive?
Uh-oh.
We lose Jesse again. God damn it. Jesse, dial back in. You've gone cold, buddy. Gone cold. It's another Clutch song, as a matter of fact. Anywho. So I'm going to go ahead and play the next track here while good old Big News Jesse chimes back in again. This is actually one of his picks. This is called Apache. So, no lie, I got up to get a drink during that. And
Were you
then
bored?
I came back on, and I literally heard the same notes again. So I got up to pee. Came back, caught a message from Jesse saying, "Hey, man, there ain't no lyrics up in this piece." And I thought, now might be a good time to fucking end this thing. What the hell, man?
Look, back in the day, when I told you guys, I was brought in via Clutch self-titled. Clutch brought me into the gospel. That is Clutch. And when this album released, there was a great jam piece on there called 7 Jam, I believe. I think that's the jam piece, and then the other song follows after that. I could be wrong, but I know that there's a jam song on there where all it is just them jamming out. Okay,
Just a picking and a needling, huh?
That's it. And then when you hear what this song here is it is another hidden song. Well, I would say hidden. It was unreleased in the U.S. You had to find this song on the self-titled by the Japanese release. And I've always liked it. It's long. It's them, the same bass line over and over. But I love it when the guys from Clutch just jam out. And we hear Neil come in there. He says 2 things. One of them is wake up, and then the other one is incoming. And that's it. That's the only thing that he contributes to this song. Now, Mark, I'm sure you've heard of the Bakerton Group, correct? Okay. And I think we start to see a little bit of their genesis in this song because it looks like their first EP. Bakerton Group, by the way, for those that are out there listening, are the 4 members of Clutch without Neil. And they play a little bit different style, clearly, but they actually put an EP together back in 2001. So what we might be seeing here is just the seeds growing. Crackerjack was another one off of Elephant Riders that was just a jam piece. There wasn't much to it other than the guys jamming and having a good time. So I put that in there as my gift to anybody out there that likes those types of songs. So it may be a little bit boring, but hey, it's still Clutch.
Listen, I'm gonna let it slide. I'm gonna let it pass because I'm gonna allow it because one of the live Clutch experiences, and I have to say this because I told people about this show that don't listen to the band, but I'm like, listen, you need to let some Clutch in your life. You need to open up the window and let the sun shine in. And these are people that don't typically listen to metal. Some of them don't even listen to rock. I discovered one person like that the other day. I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to see Testament," and they're like, "What? Like a religious kind of a thing? Are you like some sort of spiritual person?" I'm like, "What the? No, fuck. Have you heard of Metallica?" I always have to start there. That's my barometer for like how much do I have to explain about what it is I'm talking about. Which, have you heard of Metallica? It's a good place to start. So people that that are giving this giving us a chance, given an opportunity. One of the things, if you ever go see Clutch live, and you should because it'll change your life, is they will stop the show to fucking just jam like you're at a Fish concert. They will stop in the middle of songs and just start jamming, and then come back into the song again, or go into another song. You never know with Clutch. It's a weird frenetic experience because like they'll play songs that'll be very mosh heavy, and then just as quickly they're into picking and needling and noodling, and then they're back to mosh music again. It's like, what happened?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's an experience.
I want to step in
Jesse.
here. Thank you. I want to step in and correct myself because, I used to think Bakerton Group was everybody but Neil. That's not the case. Neil is in there and he's playing a guitar. He's just not singing. So there you go. So we get the Bakerton Group and Clutch at the same time when we go to a concert. We just don't realize it because it all depends upon the style of music that they play and if they're singing.
Now, one of my favorite Clutch concerts that I've been to was an experience. It was an evening with Clutch. They had no opener. Their opener was the Bakerton Group.
Oh, it's
and
wonderful.
They did 2 back-to-back sets with a small intermission in between. And I wish they would do an evening with Clutch too, because there's just for their hour and 15-minute, 90-minute set that they do now, there's just not enough time. And I know, Clutch always puts up their playlist that they did for the show, and it changes from show to show, night to night. But even still, I remember we saw them. I treated my wife, really. It was really for her that we did this. For our anniversary, we went to go see Clutch. And again, I'm Mr. Romance here, is what I'm trying to tell you. I did that for her. She knows I did, too. Now, I was told yeah, see, I hear your voice. You're doubtful of this whole shenanigans. But it's true. As I said before, Clutch is a religious experience, and you need to let some God in your life. And that God is Clutch. But we went to go see him I'll stop kidding around now. We went to go see him for our anniversary, and we walked out of that show, and people were like, it fucking sucked. Well, they played a lot of stuff from Psychic Warfare, which would make sense. That's the album they're promoting.
Mm-hmm.
But the only song that actually broke people into a mosh pit was the Soapmakers. And even Neil Fallon was just like, what the fuck, man? We play all these great songs. We're playing a lot of new stuff, a lot of heavy stuff, and the only song that got people up and moving around was a song about making soap. But what was alluded to in that spiel was that people have been going to Clutch shows for years, and they remember back before up until around Blast Tyrant, they still had a real heavy edge to them, even though there was a lot of blues in there. It was the post-Blast Tyrant years where, for me and Jesse, they're fine. It's great. It's a wonderful new experience with every album. But for a lot of people, it's like, what happened to my Clutch? What happened to my binge and purge Clutch? Come on, motherfucker, let's throw down Clutch, which is gone, people. It's never coming back. So just get over it. So with that said, let's move on to the next one here. This is one that I nominated and Coop picked. Coop, what made you pick Night Hag? Exactly.
It fucking had me banging my head.
There you go. I couldn't have said it better myself. This is a bonus track from the deluxe edition of Earth Rocker, which came out on June 24th, 2014. And then it was re-released again on the La Cucurenda. Is that how you pronounce that?
La Curandera.
La Curandera, which was put out in support of breast cancer research, I believe. That's where the proceeds went. So it's an awesome song. I know Jesse kind of hit me to this because I didn't give La Cucaracha much of a chance when it first dropped on Spotify. But Jesse said, listen, man, I know it's some stuff you might have heard already, but listen, you need to give La Cucaracha a chance. And I happened to pick out this song. Coop picked it up too. It's amazing. This here's Night Hag.
Madness, folly, or
right, Coop. We'll get been kind of quiet there. I want to give you an opportunity to speak since it's your last pick of the night. Night Hag, tell me all about it.
With Night Hag, just listening to it, it was the first track on the on the playlist. That's what it was. I was actually blasting that playlist while playing some Shadow of Mordor. I've been trying to 100% that game. That's a bitch. 100% of the main game, but the DLC, like you got to finish one challenge in 40 minutes and one in 60, and for the life of me, I just can't seem to do it. Anyway, last night I was like, I'm just going to start this. I'll finish it. I'll finish it when I get up in the morning. Yeah, I didn't go to sleep. But yeah, I was listening. I started Night Hag up, and I was just kind of bopping my head. I'm like, yeah, this is a fucking groovy song. This is fucking cool. I really feel like this is kind of quintessential Clutch here. It's got a really good hook to it. The guitar's nice and varied. It's not static. There's a differentiation in terms of the notes that are played. Like a buddy of mine was trolling me. I don't know if I told you guys about him playing a dubstep deathcore song because he knows he can make. It sets me off every time. He's like, I don't understand what's the difference between this and what you listen to, Coop. I'm like, because everything's just so static. It's just the same sort of beat over and over with guitars that do nothing. Like the guitar is an afterthought. It's pretty much it's the equivalent of a bass. And I love the bass, but like kind of your stereotypical bass of just dun 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 dun. That's all it is. And then the dubstep part's awful. So fucking I hate dubstep. I was like, that's something I kind of came to the conclusion on with pop music. I was talking to my mom, and she was ignoring me halfway through. I could tell. But with a lot
Indeed.
of with a lot of today's pop music, it's just, with a lot of it, it's gotten worse in terms of lyrical content. It's more or less just a nice beat with something catchy, maybe some sort of phrase on top of it, and then a bunch of fluff. It's nothing.
Jesse, speaking of pop music, did you get my message before?
Oh, yes, I did, but I didn't have a chance to listen to it yet, and I didn't have a chance to bother my 11-year-old girl today.
I saw that. What was that?
Call Me Maybe by some metal band. What was the name of that band?
I don't fucking know.
Mark Radulich, taking music seriously, folks.
All right, hang on. I got to get my Spotify up here. God damn it.
God, that's the other thing. I was working inside the other day, and I think this is what set me on. It just kind of set me on that tirade was listening to working inside and listening to the radio, and some Meghan Trainor song came in. God, I can't stand that woman.
Oh.
She has a very nice voice, and I like kind of some of her songs are more of a doo-wop aesthetic to it. It kind of harkens back to the 50s, but the content of it is just empty. And she has some song called Me Too. What is that song about? It's If I Were You, I'd Want to Be Me Too. That's like the entire song. And I'm like, it's just I'm going to
have to look the lyrics up, but I thought this could be my perverted mind, but I swear that those lyrics are, if I were you, I'd want to be up in me too.
I think it's just I want to be me too.
Okay, all right. Just
real
listen
quick.
to it again there sometime, Coop, and let me know.
Hang on, real quick. You guys asked me what the name of the band is. It's called Upon This Dawning, is the name of the band. I believe it's a metalcore act because they're like The Word Alive, and I know that's metalcore. And they do the cover of Call Me Maybe. That was on their 2012 album To Keep Us Safe. So,
all right.
Go ahead. For those of you out there with tween children, please find that song and chase them around the house, making them listen to it. It'll change your life. It's a very good thing that you should do. Take it from your man, the mandated reporter, and frankly, he's mortified, Mr. Mark Radulich. Now then, let's get back to the. Yes, sir.
I was going to say, let me step in real quick. I just noticed something about this album. Now, you may have mentioned this. I don't know. I totally missed it. But La Curandera, all right, has some great songs on there. All right. There's Cypress Grove, La Curandera, Black Umbrella, Struck Down, Cyborg Betty, Night Hag, Oh Isabella, and The Dragonfly. Okay, that's your 8-track. That's your 8-track. Your 8-track, not your 8-track. We're not going back to suck in the 70s here. This is your actual. Those are the 8 tracks on that album.
By the way, Cyborg Betty is another one that's got the beat that makes your booty move. It's the electric groove.
I seriously told somebody at work, I was like, because the one show that they didn't make down here, if they were going to play that song, there was absolutely no possibility I was not going to dance to it. It was just it was going to happen. Cyborg Betty will make me shake my ass. But anyway, should your daughter be graced by the act of marriage and true love, you should make her your daddy daughter dance should beat a Cyborg Betty. Oh, that's a great one. All right. So anyway, you said that album was released for breast cancer support for breast cancer. Each one of those songs you can see a common theme throughout each one of them. Each one of those songs is about a woman, or at least have characters about women in them, the songs about women in them. So, I just saw that going down through it. I was like, yeah, that's about chicks. That's about women. That's about women. That's about women. Interesting, and they're all great songs. Isabella is probably the only one that I don't like, but other than that, rest of them are great.
Yes, if you have an opportunity, if you like nothing else by Clutch, at least go give La Coca Puffs a chance. It's it's a great album.
Go ask your record store person for La Coca Puffs.
Yes, indeed. Go on
ask
Spotify and check out La Kaylee La Cuca Cuca. It's a great album. All right, listen. This is the last track of the night, everybody. It's been a long show. My voice held out. I only coughed a few times, and I was only robotic for the first few minutes. So, hey, that's an A+ for this fucking show lately. We're going to go out with a re-recording, actually, of a song that appeared on the self-titled album. Now, that song, hallelujah, all the people in the back, hallelujah, it's Tight Like That. Tight Like That's an amazing song. It's one of my favorites, but this is an acoustic version of that song. That was the Basket of Eggs collection from 2011. It was a bonus disc for Blast Tyrant, where we talked about where you can find the original Notes from the Trial of La Curandera.
Hey.
Yeah, I looked at it that time because I said it right. So that's all on Blast Tyrant, along with the Bam Margera directed video, The Mob Goes Wild. Anywho's, as I said, there was a bonus disc that came with it. And the first 4 tracks were recorded. They were all acoustic between 2010 and 2011. And then there was a live acoustic, Drink to the Dead, that was recorded at a Milwaukee radio station. And 6 through 10, Catacar, Walpole Man, Promoter, La Curandera, and Steve Ducey, which is a hilarious song, were recorded in 2002 and was known as the Polar Bear Live Demos. So it's all fun. Some, like I said, I think one of these, I think Steve Ducey might actually be like another version of a same song that was actually made it to an album, if I remember correctly. But this is one that Jesse actually hit me to because I never heard the Basket of Eggs CD before, and then Jesse sent me a link to it, and then I heard this next song, and it was a religious experience. Let me tell you, this cut me right to the core. This is amazing. This is a big part of why I really wanted to do this show tonight. It was all kind of based around like I need an excuse to play this song. I made my wife listen to it. I made my kids listen to it. I would have made people at work listen to it, but I didn't want to end up in the jail, like behind the bars. So at some point I had to have self-control. Big problem. So anyway, this is the acoustic version of the song from Clutch's self-titled album, Clutch. This is Tight Like That.
Lodged down the boulevard, came under attack. But I rocked them senses, 'cause honey, it's tight like that. Good God, amen. Do it all again. Rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Spit shine, 3 feet soon. Got to thank you, 'cause you do it like you do. I hung a left down to Lamont's Avenue. Staggerlings everywhere, trying to bring me doom. And that old stretch, it tried to purchase this soul. That don't confront me, 'cause I'm never in the need of a payroll step back. Amen. Do it all again. Rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Spit shine, 3 feet through. Got to thank you, 'cause you do it like you do.
I wish I could play all 5 minutes of that. It's amazing. I might have to do it when the show's over. Just listen. It is perfect. It's so amazing. I mean, I don't know how Coop feels about it, but we talked on our end of the year show about what your favorite songs from this year were, and the rule was it had to actually have been in 2016. But I wish when you find a song that you've never heard before, or a version of a song you've never heard before, it could shoot to the top of your favorite songs of that year. And 2016 was definitely the year of acoustic tight like that. That's one, much like Subtle Hustle, I'll sing it at work while I'm bouncing around. I'll sing it in the car. I'll just randomly just blurt out lyrics from that song around the house. It's so good. It's one of those earworms I can't let go of.
And it
lyrically,
sounds so different. I was going to say, it sounds so different from what the original was, which is,
right.
They took this, added the acoustic element to it, and spun this song and almost make it better than the original, which is that is not what I expect from somebody to take a hard rock
yelling
song
this
and
one.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Yeah.
He's not yelling this. Like the original tight like that, it's good, it's great, but he's yelling it. Hey man, do it all again, and it's a metal song. This one, it's funny how you can say the same thing, but the if you change elements of it but keep the content the same, the meaning changes. And if you follow my meaning, and it's like the whole song is different now, just by virtue of the fact that he's not yelling it.
Mm-hmm.
It's more forlorn. It's more it's almost sad, but it's like sad and both uplifting at the same time. It's so weird, it's hard for me. This is one of those songs where it's sort of hard for me almost to wrap the English language around it, because I can't quite find the right word to express just how good it really is.
Mm-hmm.
Coop, am I off base, man? Am I going crazy?
No, that fucking song rules. I don't know if you remember when we did what was that album? The one before the one with DC Sound Attack, damn it.
Oh, Earth Rocker.
Earth Rocker, there we go. My favorite song off of that was Gone Cold, because I really love that bluesy sound. It kind of invokes that for me. I really like when Clutch kind of goes in with that kind of goes in with that real bluesy sort of deep gravelly vocal approach to their music. It speaks to me. In fact, it preaches to me.
Hey.
Neil Fallon really does just a great job of just differentiating. That's my word for the day. What am I? The United States school system? Really differentiating his vocals and kind of keeping everything, keeping things different. He's coming with different approaches and just keeping the band varied, giving them very different points of entry in a way.
Indeed, very, very well put. Last words on this one, Jesse. Last words on Acoustic Tight Like That.
Oh, it deserved to be the way we went out tonight, because it is one of the best songs on here. When we put this list together, you know, obviously you're the guy that's like, okay, this is what I want, this, that, usually immediately, and you got to get it out there so nobody else takes it. Because I would have fucking took this one. I would have took this one in a heartbeat, because this is the one that stands out amongst all the deep cuts that I've ever heard.
Can we just celebrate this by reading through the lyrics one time?
Oh, do it.
Yeah, let's just break this down line by line. Let's end the show that way. All right. So woke up this morning, put on my Sunday shoes. Don't ask me why. It's just the nature of my group. I lodged down the boulevard, came under attack, but I rocked them senseless, 'cause honey, it's tight like that. Oh my God.
This is such a spiritual song. Oh, I love that.
Really
That's
is.
what I loved about it.
Just, Sky's getting together his Sunday outfit. He just gets mugged and defends himself, knocks him senseless. Why? Because he's got it like that. Ugh.
That's right.
So good. I hung a left down Lemons Avenue. Stagger Lee's. All right. Everyone know who? So raise your hand. Everyone know who Stagger Lee is?
First time I'd ever heard of that guy was in this song, and of course immediately had to do some internet research. But it's been a while, so you want to educate us?
Coop, any idea? Stagger Lee?
No relation to General Robert or Harper.
Oh, goodness gracious. Side bit of trivia, I believe Junkyard Dog was at one point known as Stagger Lee.
Oh, wow.
All right. Stagger Lee is a popular American folk song about the murder of Billy Lyons by Stag Lee Shelton in St. Louis, Missouri, at Christmas, 1895. The song was first published in 1911 and was first recorded in 1923 by Fred Waring's Pennsylvanians. A version of Lloyd Price's reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1959. The historical Stagger Lee was Lee Shelton, an African-American pimp, living in St. Louis, Missouri in the late 19th century. He was nicknamed Stag Lee or Stack Lee, with a variety of explanations being given for the moniker. He was given the nickname because he went stag, meaning he was without friends. He took the nickname from a well-known riverboat captain called Stack Lee, or according to John and Alan Lomax, he took the name from a riverboat owned by the Lee family of Memphis called Stack Lee, which was known for its onboard prostitution. Everyone with me so far?
Got it now.
Good grief. So yeah, let's see if.
And what's fun about Clutch is they throw nuggets of stuff like this in almost every single one of their songs. There's some kind of historical element or some kind of nod to something that's happened in our history, and you're like, okay, I got to find out more about it. I found myself on that end of things with so many Clutch songs. It's unbelievable.
Indeed. All right, back to this again. Stagger Lee's everywhere, trying to bring me doom. Oh no! Hey, it really gives that line a punch right now that you know what Stagger Lee is. And that old scratch, he tried to purchase this soul. That don't confront me, 'cause I'm never in need of a payroll. Hell yeah!
Heck yeah!
Heck yeah! Amen. Do it all again. Rock my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Spit shine in the three-piece suit. Good Lord, I got to thank you, 'cause you do it like you do. Hallelujah, all the in the back. Hallelujah, it's tight like that. Hallelujah, all the people up front. Tight like that. Rapture rock. Can I change my mind and just start calling Clutch Rapture rock? Is that cool? instead of twerk metal? Is everyone good with that?
I will go with Rapture Rock 9 times out of 9 than fucking twerk metal.
All right, Coop, are we agreed that Clutch is more Rapture Rock than twerk metal?
Twerk metal.
Not even a fucking debate.
Like while you're reading that, I'm like, this reminds me of Song of the South.
The Alabama version? Are we back to that again?
No, that Disney movie, The Song of the South.
The racist Disney movie. Okay, good. So I quoted this earlier, and I talked about it on Black Mirror last night. People know that I follow politics, so I don't like to talk about it publicly anymore because dumb. But I reread this line. I'm like, you know what? This says it all for me. This is right here. I'm just gonna put this on like a stamp and start hitting people with it. And all you know-it-alls with politic views, ideals don't situate themselves in his groove. So if you want to know, you just got to ask. But if you don't lose that skin, you'll never be tight like that. Watch me work, yeah. Amen. Do it all again. And we already know how this goes. Tight like that. Rapture Rock. Twerk metal. Don't try to sell me your new age guru troubles, because I'm already reeling doing that good time gospel shuffle. Folks, this is a metal band, okay? Metal band. Okay? Prior to this, they sing songs about monster trucks, rats, and shoguns named Marcus. And all your thumpings about some Armageddon ain't no big deal, because I already hang with him. And then we rock out here. We get the chorus one more time. Oh, yeah, tight like that. Honey, it's tight like that. Can I get a witness for the Rock of Ages? For the Rock of Ages. Can I get a witness for the Rock of Ages? For the Rock of Ages. Jesse, take me home, baby. What do you got to say?
Again, one of the most spiritual songs that Clutch has in their repertoire. And there's there's more on that album on Clutch. I mentioned 7 Jam earlier, which is actually the one that has lyrics. And if you guys think about it, the number 7 has its affiliation with religion and spirituality. It's the perfect number, if you will. And then it leads into Tim Salt versus the Greys, and all of a sudden we're talking about aliens. But Tight Like That is I appreciate the original version, but I really like, again, the acoustic version is almost miles ahead of it for some reason. Wonderful song, great way to end it, man.
All right, we're gonna go out with. I'm gonna give Coop the last word here. Coop, you've now had the dubious honor of sitting through 2 Clutch retrospectives and 2 album reviews, Earth Rocker and Psychic Warfare. 50 words or less, man. Where have you come to with Clutch? How have you been moved? Or have you never been moved? It's another Clutch song, everybody.
I mean,
I thought we were going to stop doing that.
I mean, I've been moved all the time. Usually it's like if I'm sitting in the wrong spot in the classroom or if I'm talking too much. Waka waka.
Hang on. Wait now. Here we go. Oh, it's a living, huh? Yeah, that guy. Yeah. Hang on one.
Oh shit!
I feel like this is gonna derail all my bad jokes. I'm gonna make the joke, and you're gonna play that 10-second long clip, and then we're gonna be chuckling so much I can't follow up. You're ruining my comedic timing, Mark Radulich. You're ruining my comedic timing. You're gonna make me.
You're welcome.
You're gonna make me switch everything up. I'm gonna have to add a time bomb in there. I'm going to have to get a lethal dose of poison.
Oh, no. All right. So, again, 50 words or less. Clutch, take me home.
Wrong. Well, I would say
God
it's
damn
the
it.
wrong podcast, but I like wrestling, so. Oh. Anywho, Clutch. Really, I've really kind of gotten fond of the band through our multiple years and 4 podcasts. God, we have almost given. I'm trying to think. If Megadeth releases another album, that will be 5 Megadeth podcasts. But seriously, we have given a lot of love to Clutch, and I've really gotten fond of them over the years. I mean, they're not really a band that I go and visit, like, daily, weekly, monthly. But when I hear them, I'm like, it's fucking like Clutch. Clutch is good shit. Like, it's one of those bands, like, definitely giving me a healthy respect and a lot of love for them.
All right. I know I was going to give you the last word. Go ahead. Finish.
Well, I was going to say, DC Sound Attack's definitely one of those groovy songs I throw on. Though, if you want some harmonica in your metal, go listen to The Wizard by Black Sabbath. Second song off, like one of the songs off their first album. Oh boy, harmonicas.
Yes, it's a good one. And then on the Black Sabbath, the famous Black Sabbath tribute, Nativity in Black, I think there's like a super group that does a cover of The Wizard that gets you right in the penis. Just right up in the crotch. Makes your balls come alive, everybody. Oh my God!
Oh, so it's not rampant.
It's electric volt in the crotch. It's so good. All right, I'm gonna let Jesse say the last word here, and then we're gonna get the plugs, and then we're gonna do our outro. Because Jesse, I think this is the first time you've actually been a part of one of these. I don't know if.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Go ahead.
I was going to say the retrospective. Yes, I was not on the first retrospective. As much as I wish I would have been, because listening to you guys talk about it, I just started to get to know the Radulich and Broadcasting Network, and man, if there was anything that I wanted to be a part of, and wanted to make me start picking up podcasting, it's talking about something that I love, and Clutch is something that I love. So I wanted to be a part of that. Now, I had the opportunity to, like I said, to hop on here and discuss Psychic Warfare with you guys. But I don't think I was on for Earth Rocker. That was another one of those early ones. So it is a pleasure to be on here and discuss some of these deep covers, these B-sides, these rarities that are out there in the Clutch catalog. And I hope that everybody out there enjoyed our picks. There's a lot more out there, folks. YouTube's a good thing. Just a real quick plug. If you have not had the opportunity to like the Radulich and Broadcasting Facebook page, go ahead and do so today, because I am going to put together every song that you've heard here tonight onto a playlist and put that playlist and share it on the Radulich and Broadcasting Network Facebook page so everybody can get a chance to listen to it. You'll never hear anything better.
You're going to add a bonus track of Guild of Mute Assassins, or I'm deleting it.
Sure. It'll be one of those hidden tracks. It'll be a hidden track tacked on to one of the last ones, okay?
Now, Jesse, now that you've lived the dream, are you retiring? Are you done now?
It's been wonderful. It's been a wonderful, that whole schedule you made up, just go ahead and throw it away. Delete every single one of them. It's been an honor, and I cannot wait to do the third one here in like 3 or 4 years. I don't know what the hell we're going to do now. There's no other. At some point, we're just going to have every single song of Clutch on the Radulich and Broadcasting Network. So,
Clutch the early years, Clutch the post-Flat Tyrant years, Clutch the harmonica years. All right.
Clutch those songs that we don't really mention.
I will.
There
are now. I express my love for Clutch, but there are some songs that I'm not too fond of. So if we go another route, what we might be able to do is put forth like Clutch, the stuff
songs we hated,
kind of songs we don't really like. Everybody just pick 3.
Yeah, pick 4 songs you hate by Clutch. It'll be a great show. Clutch
Let me tell you why I fucking hate this one. Well, I love the band, but damn. Come on. Open Isabella, give me a fucking break.
We need to hear like 10 Clutch songs that Jesse doesn't like, and then have Mark be the defense. He'll be the prosecution, and I'm going to be the judge. Just because I don't have nearly as much dog in this fight as those two.
Book it.
There you go. On
Look
trial,
Dano,
Clutch.
Next January.
I would
Don't
hate to
fucking
do
tempt
that
me.
to this band. I would really, I really do. Even though they're the songs that I don't like are they're pretty. There's not a whole lot of them out there. I love this band so much that they all get a pass. There's no doubt about it. So
Yeah, it would
there
be
could be a
rough
back.
for me to be like. It would really be rough for me to pick 4 songs that I'm just like, nope, pass.
Yeah,
So.
same here.
Maybe, you know what? Maybe I think the only way I could do a negative clutch show is if this year's turkey is Strange Cousins from the West, because it's my least of all the clutch albums. It's my least favorite.
This year's turkey is still with the cat dragged in.
Oh, okay. We are doing that because I'll put it on the calendar. You know I will. I'm like holding that as a threat now. All right.
Don't make me put it on the calendar.
Don't you make another dad joke, Coop. I will put this on the calendar. We will listen to the new surgical meth machine.
Yeah, and by the way, I've already, and I'm going to get to this. I've already picked your Coop pick. Yeah, I've already picked for you. So let's get to that now. Plug.
Wait a minute.
You took too long deciding. You took more than a day. And then I had an idea. So.
Oh no! Stop having those.
Yeah, I know. I need to not. I need to not work on this stuff when I've got nothing else to do. All right. Speaking of which, plugs. We've got shows booked out for like 4 months. So here we go. Next week, Sepultura, Machine Messiah. The following week, Firewind, Immortals. The following week, which brings us to February 1st, we've got Creator, Gods of Violence. I rearranged some things. On the 8th, we're going to be doing my friend's band, Frank Moravsky. He's a buddy I went to high school with. He drums in a band called If He Dies. We're going to be reviewing their album, Beneath the Waves. It's currently available on Spotify. So I figured I'd do him a solid in 2017 and review that for him. We'll, you know, as I said to Jesse yesterday, I'm not going to lie, but I'm going to try to be nice. I'm sure it's a great album. So I'll say that much. Following week, Overkill, The Grinding Wheel. Excuse me. And then I know Coop's really been looking forward to this. Maybe we'll have my wife on because I know she really loves this band. Marilyn Manson, Say 10. That's dropping on Valentine's Day. I already told my wife I'm not booking any podcasts on that night. We're just going to sit in the dark and listen to Marilyn Manson. She told me to go fuck myself. I don't understand what the problem here is. Following week, it's Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll week here on the Radulich and Broadcasting Network. We'll be looking at Steel Panther, Lower the Bar. I can't wait. Which, by the way, that same week, we're going to have a special Friday show. It's currently labeled as Radulich and Broadcasting Network Announcement, Wolverine Week, and Character Discussion. We're going to be talking about all the podcasts that we'll be doing for Wolverine Week, which will be the following week. And we'll have just a general discussion of how Wolverine in the culture, how the character has affected the culture, how the culture has affected the character, etc. So look for that. The week of Wolverine Week here on the Metal Hammer of Doom, our contribution to that will actually be reviewing the 1993 drop Wolverine Blues by Entombed. I know Coop is actually excited about this, right, Coop?
Oh, dude, I am so fucking stoked. As long as we're not reviewing that shitty one that Marvel decided to do without Entombed's permission. They called up the record label and released a version of it with Wolverine on the cover. But here's the thing: it's heavily edited, and they even dropped a whole song.
Wow.
We're doing the real Entombed version, and fuck all that. Followed by Darkest Hour. Hang on. We're in March by this point. March 15th, Darkest Hour, Godless Prophets and the Migrant Flora. The following week, Obituary, in theory, is dropping a new album. It'll be self-titled Obituary. I know Coop's actually excited about that one, too. So that'll be March 22nd, assuming Obituary actually drops their album when they're supposed to on March 17th. We'll review it on March 22nd. We're going to be reviewing, now it'll have dropped a few weeks prior to this, but this is when we could fit it on the schedule. Troll Fest. I love it. Oompa. More folk metal. This time with brass instruments.
Hey, real quick, I just want to let you guys know I was listening to that best of metal tracks on Spotify today, and usually they play really recent stuff. They played Corporal Kalani today, and it was and the thing is that it was the English version of something called I've Got a Plan, or I'm the Man with the Plan, or something like that. And it was clearly, you guys did Corporal Kalani, what was that, 2 years ago? I think it was 2000. Okay, yeah, sure. Anyway, just to let you know, there's an English version of that song out there. And you guys mentioned folk metal. I think that's the first folk metal I'd ever listened to is when you guys covered it.
All right. So we'll be reviewing Trollfest Helluva on the 29th. Now, these guys are going to go ahead and do a show without me. They're going to be reviewing, because I'll be on a cruise. So they'll be reviewing Warbringer, Woe to the Masses? No, Woe to the Vanquished. Right now, I'm not scheduled to be on that show, though that may have changed. Now we may not be leaving for the cruise that night. We may be going the next day. And if that's the case, I will be able to be on that show. But right now, there's a reminder and big friendly letter that says I'm not allowed to do any shows that night. So if that's the case, it'll be Jesse and Coop running the show here. By the way, that same week, our Tuesday show will not be a TV party or a Damn You Hollywood. It'll be a Casual Heroes reunion, and we'll be reviewing WrestleMania weekend. NXT, the Hall of Fame, Mania, and the Monday Night Raw after Mania. So we'll see. We'll see what we can get that worked out. Say what?
Have they not been doing podcasts or something?
No, man, it's been a long time.
Yeah, that shot itself in the head and died.
Well, I was making the joke about everybody hating wrestling, but Jesus.
Our annual cover show. Covers for the rematch. I'm coming for you, Coop. I'm coming for you this time, baby.
Yeah, because you do what really pandered to the judge last time. I know.
No.
Mark him up.
This time, if Jesse fucking Starcher says, I didn't pick your song because this is the Metal Hammer of Doom and that shit ain't metal, I'm punching somebody. So
well, your children better hide.
Goddamn right. All right. So Metal Hammer of Doom covers for the rematch. Me versus Coop. Jesse is the judge. This time Jesse better pick me or there'll be hell to pay.
What the fuck, man?
We should just not tell him who picked what song the whole time, just so he's not pressured.
Well, he'll know, but I start screaming when he doesn't pick my picks like an infant.
Who's the adult here, Mark? Who's the one with the kid?
Not I, said the fly. All right, the following week, in celebration of the fate of the Furious, we're going to review an album called Zombie Motors Wrecking Yard, Supersonic Rock and Roll. Figured that'll be a fun one to do. I was looking for something with a car theme. I saw that one. I'm like, oh, they already dropped a single on it. This is going to be pretty dope. So we're going to do that in honor of the Fast and the Furious movie that's going to be reviewed that week on Damn You Hollywood. And in keeping with, I have to link everything and sync everything up. The following week, Coop's pick, I've decided is now my pick. It's going to be Ex Dio, The Immortal Wars.
Thanks for commandeering my pick. I said, thanks for commandeering my pick, asshole.
You're welcome. Listen, I picked something that you nominated, okay? That's how this works, remember?
Well, I was fine with it. They're like, I like Ex Dio. I'm like, all right, cool.
So we're going to review Ex Dio, The Immortal Wars. Look, it could have been While She Sleeps, which I'm pretty sure if I made you review a metalcore album, you'd kill it yourself. So, I'm trying to help you out here. So Ex Dio, The Immortal Wars, we're going to link that up with a TV party for a Netflix show called Roman Empire, Reign of Blood. So it's Rome's Week on the Radulich Broadcasting Network. And then finally, I can't believe I have planned out every single show we're doing until May 3rd. But yes, May 3rd, Metal Hammer of Doom finally is going to review Life of Agonies, A Place Where There's No More Pain. I can't wait. Keith Caputo, now known as Mina Caputo because he done lost his penis, We
where
will.
did he drop it? I'm sure he can find it.
She's lost it forever. She's lost it forever.
I mean, most people name it. So, I mean, it has a name. You could call it.
No. Keith made a decisive opinion.
He made an executive decision
to not be a man anymore. And God bless Mina Caputo for making that sort of decision. Anywho, so transgenderism. We're going to celebrate it here on the Metal Hammer of Doom by reviewing and giving a praising, wonderful review of Life of Agony's. Please let it be good.
Is that the theme of the week?
It's
Fucking transgender week.
It's transgenderism on Radulich Broadcasting Network.
I could just, oh God, could you imagine if we had a Radulich Broadcasting roundtable on that?
Nope.
That would be toxic.
I nominate Gavin Napier.
No.
We'll bring
Pat Mullen.
I will say this though: the TV party for that week is going to be the Powerpuff Girls season 1. But we could, dude, I could go all out here. I could make Jesse do like a transgender comic book on source material, and we can do, I don't know, some fucking transgender show. I'm sure there's one out there somewhere.
Transparent. It's on Amazon.
I'm immediately regretting this suggestion.
and then on trial, Mrs. Doubtfire. That's transgender, right?
That's wonderful.
Is that cool?
God.
That's tremendous.
We're getting way too good at making like corporate synergy with our podcast, and we really need to stop.
All right, I'm not doing any of this. We are going to review Life of Agony because Life of Agony is amazing. And if I was going to do a different retrospective this year, it would have been Life of Agony for sure. But we went with Clutch. So I was excited for it last year. I'm very excited for it this year, and not because of the whole transgender thing. That I'm making a huge joke out of nothing. I'm just excited that there's new Life of Agony, and hopefully they come back strong and they don't put out like the last shitty albums that they put out. Like we're back to River Runs Red-ish era Life of Agony here.
Well, I mean, there's a new Red River that's flowing. So, hey.
No,
dude.
There's some low-hanging fruit, but that's missing too.
Man. I got so many questions.
We do have a couple of other shows scattered throughout here real quick. You guys are on your own on the 14th of June. I will be at U2. Joshua Tree, baby. Woo! Transformers Week is the week of June 26th. We're going to review with the Metal Hammer of Doom Transformers the movie soundtrack from the cartoon.
Oh, dude, by the way, for Christmas, I totally got that movie on Blu-ray.
Nice.
Yeah, I got it on iTunes. Awesome, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know if it has. I haven't opened it up and watched it yet. I don't know if it'll be as good as the 20th anniversary edition because that one had 2 commentaries.
You guys will be on your own again for 2 weeks in a row. As a matter of fact, I will be gone July 19th and July 26th. So you'll have 2 shows to do without me and pick stuff and do whatever the hell you want. Maybe you guys can do Paul Bear there and then because I sure as hell won't be on that show.
I love your like. You should do Paul Bear then. I'm like, thanks, Mark.
If you are gone, Mark Radulich, you can guarantee it ain't gonna be that.
And I don't have anything on. Okay, our turkey show right now is actually scheduled for the 22nd. Are we deciding we are definitely doing this year Poison? Look what the cat dragged in.
We'll see how many good releases we might have more than one, but yes, that is definitely going to be our locked in turkey. That turkey is
all right.
It is stuffed. It is toasted and it is in the oven. It is locked.
All right. This year's turkey show is Poison. Look what the cat dragged in. Outstanding. I am literally planning a show for November 22nd. What the fuck is wrong with me? Look what.
Listen, what is wrong with you? I don't even plan what I have for breakfast.
Oh no. All right, and then finally, this is the last thing I'm gonna mention about shows a year from now. Galactic Empire is dropping a full album. For those who don't know what Galactic Empire is, they are the band that plays the metal Star Wars covers. They're dropping a full album in March. in February. We are going to wait to review it until the end of the year. It's going to be our Christmas show this year. Christmas in the Stars, baby, because it's going to be Star Wars week. We got a Star Wars show, source material. We're going to review Episode 8. Metal Hammer of Doom's contribution is going to be Galactic Empire, and then we're going to put the Clone Wars cartoon on trial. It's going to be terrific.
That's fun. So on source material, y'all should totally review the original 70s comics where they didn't allow Darth Vader to have any interaction with the main crew, so he was just a fucking brilliant, magnificent bastard the whole time.
We already got a plan. Don't you worry, baby. And then our year-end special is December 27th. And then I'm going on another cruise, and I don't bother anybody. I won't be planning any podcast in January because I'll be on another cruise. Woo!
What is that cruise named? Ted?
Oh.
Well, Ted talk on the cruise.
All right, Jesse. I've now spent the last hour doing plugs. Go do yours.
That was forever.
Oh. Well, hey, I do a podcast on the Radulich Broadcasting Network, as Mark mentioned. It's called Source Material, where we discuss some of the great and not so great comic book story arcs that are out there in the comic book medium. Most recently, this past Monday, we dropped part 1 of our 3-part series on DC's The Flintstones, issues 1 through 4.
Where you can hear commentary such as this. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. Oh, it's a living, huh? Wah, wah. Wah, 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 wah. Yeah, that guy. Yeah. Hang on one.
That throws me off because I keep thinking Mark is talking. I'm like, what the fuck are you going on about, Mark? It takes me a second for it to hear somebody laughing and go, oh.
Oh, my gosh. The best part of the podcast is Mark having to explain to his wife why all of a sudden he decided to make a Taliban war cry in the middle of the night. Oh, anyway, that's part 1. That is part 1. Now, we get into some great societal commentary in part 2 and part 3 as well.
You got to have something to make up for.
We try to get serious. Oh, shit. But anyway, go check that out. Part 2 will be dropping this Friday, and then part 3, the final part, will be dropping on this coming Monday. So keep an eye out for that. And shortly after that, we're going to be doing the What You're Reading special on the 23rd of January. Got a few guys I want to be talking to where we discuss what people are reading right now. What's on your pool list? What's not on your pool list? What are you staying away from? What are you enjoying? So keep an ear out for that. Other than that, again, give the Radulich and Broadcasting Facebook page a like to stay up on top of all the great podcasts that are out there that we have to offer. And I have put the playlist together. It is about to drop on there fairly shortly, so keep an eye out for that.
Coop, your plugs in 50 words or less. Go.
Oh, you had 1,500, sir.
I had a lot of important things to say.
Anywho, first off, I totally want to jump in on this podcast someday, Jesse, because I don't read any comics at this point, but I read a lot of Japanese comics.
All right,
hey,
buddy.
Jesse, tell them what you want to...
Do what?
Hey, Jesse, tell them which one I one more time. Hey, Jesse, tell them which one I nominated.
Power Rangers. We are synergizing the Power Rangers comic book. We've got to find a Power Rangers comic to possibly talk about in order to synergize with the movie. Now you suggested something, didn't you?
Who, me? Power Rangers comic? Well, I mean, you've got the awful Power Rangers the movie comics that came out in the 90s. That's an option.
I thought you suggested something that was based off of. I know you always talk about Sentai Rider, and I know that's where Power Rangers came from, correct?
Well, yeah, it came from Super Sentai. In terms of manga, there's not really any Super Sentai manga. Now, there are some Kamen Rider manga, and there's actually an Ultraman manga that's being released here in the U.S.
Okay. Well,
yeah,
if you, sir, have a spot for that week if you're interested. We can record anytime you'd like. Just come up with a book that we can discuss that's somewhat in theme with Power Rangers. I'm down for whatever.
I can make that happen. Also, speaking of movies, Mark, are y'all reviewing Ghost in the Shell at the end of March?
No, I will be on a cruise, and Winfrey would rather kill himself.
Does he doesn't like Ghost in the Shell?
I mean, like I said, I will be on a cruise, so I'm not making anybody do anything. But if you want to, hang on, now I got to pull back up the goddamn schedule. Here's the problem: that slot has been taken by the Casual Heroes reunion. The movie comes out March 31st. I should go to the month. There we go. The movie comes out March 31st. So the spot that's normally left open for, well, you can have Thursday. I'm not going to be around. I'll be on. Okay, let me backtrack. I will be at WrestleMania from the 31st through the 2nd. And Ghost in the Shell comes out March 31st, and then I'm on a cruise from the 6th through the 9th. So if you want to review, if you want to commandeer Thursday slot and review the new Ghost in the Shell, be my guest.
All right. We'll have to see how my work schedule goes, but I might talk to Robert about it. I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen? It could probably be as bad as I think it might be.
Well, you got to convince him to go see it first. This is not one he was excited about.
Gotcha. Well, it'll be fine. If not, I'll just maybe I'll do my own podcast on blackjack and hookers.
You can, like I said, if you can find someone, or if you just want to do it by yourself, you can have that date and just be like, it's Robert Cooper's Damn You Hollywood, damn you, and just go for yours. Do whatever you want.
Oh, it'll be All Naughty Hollywood, which is Japanese. It's just damn you Hollywood. Anyway, podcasts. There's this. Since I Write a Podcast, you can find us Facebook.com/Since I Write a Podcast. That is SENTAIRIDER podcast. Well, I talked to my co-host. He's watched one episode of the new Kamen Rider series. Not to mention, the current laptop I have is kind of a piece, which is great because, apparently I don't drop it much, but I've dropped it enough to where all the screws on the right side have fallen off.
Damn.
Nice.
So, in terms of sound output, it's a little iffy sometimes, and the fucking mic on it is garbage. So I'm going to talk to my Diddy. See if I can finally take him up on build me that computer, because I'm really wanting something I could play games on, do podcasts on, maybe do a YouTube thing, because in transitioning here from Since I Rider, which go like it, we've got 770 likes or something. I don't know. We got way more than we should, considering we haven't released anything in 2 years. But yeah, I think it's South America. They just kind of see hey, I remember that guy from the '90s, and then just like the page. I don't know. But yeah, I need to talk to some people, but I've already got the albums on a Spotify playlist for me to listen to for 2017. Really want to start reviewing albums again. Maybe bring back some columns. I don't know. I'm done with school, and I can't really. It just boggles my mind that I don't have something to do.
Okay.
It's so weird. So keep an eye out for that. I'll probably plug it. I'm wanting to do 5 albums a week. We'll see how that goes, especially when work hits 50 hours a week. Because next week I have 8.
Okay. All right. Let me give you the last word here. I want to thank everybody for, if you've lasted this long, God bless you.
Yes.
We are done. We are going to play outro music in the next 30 seconds. I just want to introduce it real quick. It's a cover by Clutch of a Mississippi Fred McDowell, who's a blues artist. They covered one of his songs on the album Robot Hive Exodus, as I mentioned before. It's great. It's a great song to go out to. I want to make sure we played it tonight. So for Jesse Starcher, for the Metal Coop, this has been the Metal Hammer of Doom. We appreciate you for listening. And if you've made it to the end, once again, God bless you, brother and sister. You are an amazing person, and I hope nothing but good things happen to you. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be back next week. This is Gravel Road. Be well, be safe, and behave.
I'm going down that gravel, gonna take the right hand road. I'm going down that gravel, gonna take the right hand road. And I ain't stopping till my baby knows that girl I'm loving got a great long girl to have. Where that girl I'm loving got a great long girl to have. But a mother and a father sure don't want me there.
It is Ryan Seacrest here. Everybody needs some variety in life. That's what I love about Chumba Casino. They know how to keep things fresh and exciting. All their games are free to play, like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire. You can claim free daily login bonuses, too. And they release new games every week. So spice things up with ChumbaCasino.com now for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply.
For Bartow Ford, the recipe has always been simple. Best service, best selection, and best prices. It's the reason we have always outsold every other dealer in Polk County. And with the way prices have been lately, Bartow Ford wants to ensure we save our customers money. Look at our inventory online or in person. You will find the lowest prices around by far. Not even close. No gimmicks, games, or hidden fees. I am so certain there isn't a better deal out there that I am guaranteeing that we will beat any deal on a comparable vehicle or give you $1,000 cash. At Bartow Ford, we're different, and we prove it.